Most important part. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I make a meeting.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Limbeck.
Aye.
Trustee Coe.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, is there anybody who has anything to disclose regarding a conflict of interest or about the agenda items this evening?
I do not. I do not.
I do not.
I do not.
I do not. Okay, with that being said, would the clerk give us sort of the cliff notes of the open meeting compliance certification?
Okay, to participate in the meeting, if you're in the audience, please, well, we don't have our stand, but give your name and address if not applicable to law. If you're online, if you wish to ask the board a question, you can do it in the Q&A, or you can raise your hand and ask the board directly. And I just say, let's have a nice, quick, and happy meeting.
Okay. With that being said, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. And why don't we ask our superintendent of DPW to lead us in the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. Any public comment from the masses in the room? Anybody online for public comment?
You gotta raise hand.
Okay.
Steve, please give your name and address.
Glenn Dornsife, 9 Sutherland Street.
I didn't catch the name. I'm sorry.
Sutherland.
Yeah, what's the name?
Glenn Dornsife, 9 Sutherland Street.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, did you have a public comment?
Okay, I was just waiting to. Yep. So on Halloween, my family and I were crossing the crosswalk that is between the church and the book culture. And I had my 2-year-old son, I was carrying or either walking with him in my left hand or carrying him, I can't remember. And then I had our crosswalk flag in my right hand, and the rest of my family was behind me, which is our 2 girls and my wife. And I wasn't paying attention. I was just kind of crossing at that point. And my wife kind of like hollered at me and screamed. And then I looked up and realized that there was a car that was still approaching at a pretty good clip. And I started to wave our flag, and they kind of slammed on the brakes, and they were within a few feet, I would say between 5 and 10 feet away from us. It was pretty startling for our whole family. My 7-year-old talks about it. So the reason I'm hopping on is because I was encouraged to do so, to say we would be really interested in, if there could be some lighted crosswalk signs, or specifically in the darker crosswalk areas, maybe there being more lights installed for visibility.
No, I appreciate that. I'm so sorry that happened. And we have an issue really along almost every street, but definitely on South Main, particularly, with cars approaching too rapidly, and, there's state roads. So, we always have to negotiate with the New York State Department of Transportation, but wow, that's scary. And I'm glad everybody's okay. But,
Yeah, and I've also thought about that location as well.
yeah, just to finish my thought here, Trustee Wilkes also is really taking an initiative regarding, crossing and pedestrian safety. So we're also going to be circling back. We have an active transportation plan that was done. Oh boy. Yeah, 2019. Thank you. And so we're going to be circling back and really taking a look at that and identifying problem areas such as that, because there are definitely a number of darkly lit areas throughout the village. So, and I appreciate you, bringing this to our attention too. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We are new to the village. We love it. And we also enjoy walking. So we'll continue to do so.
Great. Well, thanks so much and welcome to the village. We're glad you're a villager.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll put that one on the list. Definitely. Okay. Anybody else online for public comment?
Not at this time.
Okay.
How many are online, Dorothea?
We have 5 people.
Okay. All right, first up, inspector report. Anything for Steve? Hi,
Um,
Steve.
Yeah, I have a couple things for Steve. Um. So there, I brought to Steve's attention, issue with things on front porches. And, I noticed that there is a refrigerator, a full-size kitchen refrigerator on the front porch. And when I asked Steve to look into it, he, explained to me that right now, we've got nothing in our code that prohibits that from happening. I just kind of wanted to bring that up and find out, if, what your thoughts are, about having major appliances on the
Yeah,
front
that's a little-
porch.
It sounds correct to me that we don't have it.
Yeah,
I mean, I know you can't park, like recreational, vehicles in the front, that
Right.
kind of thing, and
Right.
boats and, all of that kind of stuff,
Sounds
but,
like something that no one heard to legislate.
yeah,
Well, what's interesting is our property maintenance code, we have a property maintenance code.
Yeah.
95% of it is about vacant
Mhm.
homes,
Yes, I read it.
not
yes, it is, that's
physical
right.
property maintenance of our village home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's put that on the code list,
What
definitely.
circumstances around the fridge? Is it, do they have a kitchen remodel happening or they want?
No.
Yeah, but just-
I will investigate and see, what it's about. I reached out to the owner and they have not got a response.
Okay,
I did call the owner.
And that's the same house that he's, the gentleman that rents there, wonderful man. He owns a business, a fitness business. And has a lot of his,
He comes here trailer.
yes, his fitness machines are outside in the driveway a lot, and so he has been talked to before. Right.
Trailers, all
Right.
that.
Yeah. So it's not a, okay, thanks, Steve.
so Dorothea, that's an action item for the code list.
Code update,
Okay, thanks.
appliances from.
Well, amongst other things.
So, and this is something probably Jeff can help us with. So as far as the final date of when Airbnbs that are not in areas need to be closed down, that was an 18-month timeframe, correct? Which I think is coming up in the summer.
Yeah, it'll be in the summer. We'll send a letter out months ahead of time.
Okay, so do you know around when that is?
No,
Beginning or end? Okay. All right,
We
so
can
then
send the
that
date
can
up
happen.
to the board. if
Yeah,
that
I'd
would
like
be
to know when that
helpful.
would be. Okay.
On that same topic, just a question for Jeff and perhaps Steve. To the extent that there are any existing short-term rentals that are advertising as short-term rentals still past that date, to where you could reserve something for less than 31 days, is that a violation of the ordinance as well as,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
and that would fall under Steve's review as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's code enforcement in his code, so that would be his purview.
And
Yeah.
Steve, do you have any idea how many are left still functioning by any chance, an idea percent?
Just one. Two, we're getting full, so.
Yeah, I think two are sold.
Yeah, I mean, when it's all said and done, we'll end up with two.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At this point, would be in legal
Mhm.
districts.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
And then as far as the lighting,
I've gone to the business and talked to the business down in the village and a couple of them where they removed the lights, give them a week or so, and if they don't, then.
and we're sending a letter out anyway
Yeah.
to all
Yeah,
businesses, so that's.
the letter
going
going
out.
out to all businesses.
and how is the response?
How would you expect it?
Yeah, okay, all right. And then anything more about chandeliers?
So.
Okay.
They're gutting it, I'm telling them, I've informed them, look, what you're spending time and money doing without having approval, because you
Mhm.
need to come to this board with a plan.
So there is activity, because I've looked through the windows and I don't see anything moving in there.
Yeah, no, they're demo.
Yeah, they took everything out.
Yeah, I knew that's how.
Yeah.
Clearing out, so.
Yeah.
Where
okay.
is this?
Chandelier.
Chandeliers for.
Oh.
Parker Building.
I have a question for the board, a request. We have an HPV application from the Scouts. He's building a small food pantry that we put on St. Paul's.
Yeah, he came before the
Yes.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I would like or ask that we, not charge them the HPV application fee since it's a volunteer scout function.
Well, and also it's something for public good. It's a, benefit to the community. I support that. I mean, it'd be,
And then speaking of HPV, very quickly, the one porch that had the siding, are they on HPV?
I'll reach out to them again, I already did once, I mean, they reach out and leave people a little bit of space, I got another item too that, watching.
All right, thank you. That's all I have.
Do we need a vote to waive
Yeah.
the fee?
yes,
Okay.
we need a motion, which would be helpful.
All right, I'll make a motion for the building inspector to waive the fee for the food cupboard. Is it
HPV application for the food cupboard.
at what address?
Pardon?
What's the address?
2830 Lincoln.
2830 Lincoln.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Co.
Hi.
Trustee Limbeck.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
No, thank you. That's,
Thanks, Dave.
and that's a
Thanks for all
nice
your work.
project the Scouts doing. It's a good thing. Okay, next up, the DPW report from Jason.
Do we need Steve for anything else?
Let's see, I don't know that we do. I think we're good. Oh, yeah, maybe item number 2, the tree, about the trees,
Need more than
but we're
DPW.
flipping right along, so,
Yeah.
yeah, I think if you could just, if there's any specifics on that, that would probably be helpful. Okay, Jason, yeah, any questions for Jason? You guys have just been really just steamrolling through the village, man.
Yeah.
It's been great, getting a lot of good feedback, so thank you.
Say, quick update, we're ahead of schedule we were ahead of schedule with leaves. Sort of pick up there, the new truck is working out great, we're able to have just about 3 different crews out at any given time. Sometimes 2, but we're ahead of schedule. We're still plugging away now, obviously the snow hack, we're trying to pick away at what we can see, we're getting, the residual things left over, some brush items and things like that. But everything's going well, compared to the last several years, this is actually the first year that we've had no complaints, we've had this much material brought in this far into the season, so we're doing really well. We've had obviously now a couple of plowing and salting runs. Seemingly, there's been a little bit of damage around the village. Obviously, the grass very soft still, everything is very spongy. We haven't had a hard freeze on some of that material under the snow, so there's gonna be damage. We just ask that everybody be patient. We'll come around when the time comes to clean up. We've got some new operators working their way through the village, and we're putting stakes out to kind of identify certain areas where the sidewalks take a job. We have a lot of sidewalks that are, carry us in certain areas, so. We're doing the best we can with it. I will say though, yesterday we sent the sidewalk plows out. I think we're the only town that had sidewalk plows out. This was more of a case of, our village is kind of its own little environment here. And because of the high traffic flow of pedestrian traffic, we want to be out there and be ahead of it. So I think we're doing a really great job so
Yeah.
far.
Thank you, it's been great. I do want to say something, and just for the record, for people listening, that it's inevitable, there's a snowstorm and you're trying to get through the sidewalk and plow and do all of that. There will be some damage to lawns, but really, when it warms up again at the end of the plowing season, the crew goes back and inventories, where things are, makes things, corrects things and reseeds and makes sure things are graded and put back properly. If it's, bumped into anybody's property, the lawn or something, you guys have been great with that. So it's not that they do it and leave, so.
Right.
But it's winter right now, so
Yeah.
that's where we are, yeah.
Other than that, everything else is kind of just moving along. DPW building is moving along well.
Yeah.
They'll be doing some final inspections this week, and then they'll be on to installation and drywall. So we're nearing that final stage of things.
Yeah.
Then in the spring, we'll have to do some cleaning up as far as the property and paving and things like that. Our plows and salters are now installed in some of our vehicles, so we're down to 1 truck being able to be used for bulk collection. We obviously can't use the leaf machine now, everything's covered in snow, so if we get a clearing, we'll get it out there, but right now we're down to 1 truck. We will have our other 1 ton back, probably by the end of the week, that was out for repair, so that'll help us out, we'll have 2 trucks back out, so. think that's just about it. Our new trucks 1 and 2, we'll discuss here in a little bit, but the chassis are in. And they will be ready for upfitting on some of our decisions here. So we'll move along. We probably still won't see them until next fall, but they're moving along.
Also, I want to thank everybody for great job on candlelight night.
Yeah.
You
We've
know,
gotten lots of great.
that was just, everything just really went well, and
Yeah, it was a whole team effort. The snow kind of really created an issue on Main Street because we weren't able to solve other than just before the event started. And then as that snow came down, it created a really slick sheen. So we had to hand salt and hand ice melt just about everywhere in and around people.
you did a great
I stayed on
job.
top of it as best we could. But there were
Yeah.
a few, little areas that we couldn't get to just because of, vehicles and things. So
Yeah.
for the most part, it was.
And thanks also to Steve for performing. That was great. That was really great. Appreciate it. Okay, anything else for Jason, folks? Nope. Okay.
Hold on.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about the chassis.
Yeah.
Do you want to, okay, do it right
Oh.
now. Yeah.
So
So you give us the, yeah.
our number one truck is the one that is getting outfitted with a front plow, a wing, and a salter body, all built in one. That truck we don't have an issue with. The second truck, which you may have remembered, we tried to, outfit to another municipality, we weren't able to do that. I've talked with the MAC representative, and what we are able to do is derate the truck to a non-CDL truck. That allows it to be used by all of our staff, which really benefits us for that truck and its usage. With just putting a leaf body on it, the truck is useless. I mean, if anything happens to break down on our other big truck, we're using a small truck to try to do something. So the plan was if we could derate this truck, we would then put a salter body on it, similar to the other one, but smaller, and then a front plow only, no wing. This would give us the same abilities that our 1-tons have that are aging. And then in future moves, we can then push those out a little bit longer and not have to replace those, because this is essentially doing the job of those trucks. So long-term, we'll save, hundreds of thousands
Mhm.
by outfitting this truck a little bit more than what initially was presented.
So, and it's multiple uses.
Yeah.
It's more efficient, really,
Right, we'll be using the truck essentially year round,
Yeah.
and parking it
which is good.
for, 6 months.
Yeah, and plus that with non-CDL, that's also good. So
Yeah, it's
the
really
crew can
avoid
use it.
of having to replace one of our 1-tons, so now we only have to replace one and we can push that out 5 years. So we're not replacing
Oh,
another 1-ton.
okay.
So what's the cost differential?
So
between-
right now, that truck, if it was just getting the leaf body on it, it was 62,500-ish, somewhere to
Mhm.
outfit it with just that. To outfit it with the body that has the salver built in and a front plow brings us up to 128.
Mhm.
The other truck was like another 100. Significantly more.
It was over 100.
A more robust system installed onto it. This one's less of a robust system, but can still do the same thing. Which is what we're gearing towards, is we don't need some of these really heavy duty big trucks like the town has. We can get by with more of a medium duty platform. So we're trying to gear towards that as we move into the future. So the next truck, 5 years that we buy, will be more of a medium duty or smaller duty that can still do the full complement of what these larger trucks can do.
It's
And
probably
that's
easier to get around with it. We have such narrow streets in parts of the village.
And there's a lot of, variables involved with
Yeah.
what we do, and I'm trying to, maximize our efficiency and save the taxpayers a little bit of money here with what we're using, so.
Well, and the fact that we can defer that for 5 years is,
Yeah, both trucks essentially that we would be replacing, one this coming spring and then one next
Yeah.
year. We're now not having to replace for almost 5 years, so.
yeah, Dan,
Okay,
sorry.
so no, that's what I was trying to figure out was, so the replacement that would have happened in spring, how much would that truck have been?
Well, that would have been a 1-ton, so that you're looking at probably about 145 to maybe 160,000
Okay,
to replace that with everything that we would need on that.
okay, that's
And then
okay.
another one the year after that.
Yeah. Okay, so it's still a 100,000 plus savings. If you
Yeah.
compare it against those two.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the manufacturer that we worked with, Valley Fab. That's their outfitting of this truck, because they're outfitting the other trucks. So this is kind of their model of, here's what we can give you based on what you're recommending in your specs. There are other companies out there that I've asked for some, documentation on. They're very similar in price. I mean, only a few thousand here or there, up or below. There's one brand in particular that I'm waiting to hear back on that's significantly less, but I don't know what the availability of it is. It could be, we could have it in 2 weeks or we could have it in 2 years. So if it's gonna be a way longer process, I'd rather not do
Valley Fab also has state contract, correct?
Correct, what's that?
They have the state contract.
Yes, they are following a state contract. We are writing off of the Onondaga bid. So the initial price was 193 and we've got it down to 128. So
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
that always helps when you get
Yeah,
the state.
wow.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah,
What are the financing considerations?
Okay,
yeah, here
so
we
we
go.
got ahead of this. We did our bond resolution anticipating that, you know, these trucks could come in anytime after the new year. We kind of need to redo the bond resolution. I
Sort of
build
amended.
the budget, but I
Okay.
don't like to fudge with a bond resolution. It's
Yeah.
not,
Well,
yeah, I'd rather go
just
to the
amend it.
bond council and
Yeah.
have them rewrite it. But I'd also recommend, seeming that this truck is gonna upgrade in cost, to move it from 550 to 600,000. Just to cover us, so we have plenty to
You need a
pay.
resolution for us to allow you to.
No,
do
what
that?
well, I just need the board to authorize me to call the bond council and get new bond resolution for you to pass next year.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to pick up and pay a bit, make a bill without.
Yeah, no,
agree.
let's
That's
move it
the
forward.
steps you want to agree, and you agree with the 600,000.
Do we need a formal motion? Let's do it.
And-
Is 50,000 enough? I mean, it sounds like it's 60.
We already had 550,
Oh,
like
as- yeah,
350.
okay,
I just want to have a little more cushion.
Okay.
We could always pay it out of the budget,
Yeah.
but
so how much do you need for the resolution?
600.
go 600,000. We were a little bit over with
Mhm.
cushion with the 550. Anything over that would just use to be paid down the bond.
Okay.
All right, so I'll make a motion to allow Dorothea to rework the bond resolution up to $600,000 to reflect the changes in the trucks.
1 second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Limbeck,
Aye,
trustee Wilkes,
Aye.
trustee Coe,
Aye.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer. Aye. Motion passes. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks.
anything else from us? For you?
We have enough information for them to authorize.
I'll have Jason give me all his information and I'll pass it on to the bond council and he
And
can
then they can do it.
regurgitate it.
Yeah, we need all the specs.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I have that sheet now.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yep.
Do you want to stick around for the tree thing too?
Yes, oh yeah, I'm saying, yeah. The only other issue with the trucks, well, it's not an issue, but, come to find out, there was the evaluation done with the crew based on the color of the trucks. And them being so dark with the current color platform that we have, and them being out at night or early in the morning and the trucks not being seen, because they look black at night, other than some reflective logos and, you know, strobe lights and things like that. So they, I guess, were ordered with a new color scheme called sky blue.
Oh,
I went ahead and had the graphics department kind of create images. I'll pass this
yeah,
around
pass it
to
around.
kind of show you what it would look like with our division on it.
Be better visibility at night.
They will be much more bright as far as, you know, being able to see them because they're a lighter color than that
Mhm.
dark. And then I believe that the stainless body will help as well.
Oh, okay, that's good to
That
know.
should help. Oh, yes, yes.
So this is the non-CDL?
So both trucks are there, that look just like that. One of them, they're actually gonna change the tire size down 4 inches,
Okay.
which reduces.
Changes the
size.
rating.
Yeah.
And then the bed height will also be, one is say 42 inches, one would be like 36. So it'll be a little bit shorter for them also. And that'll end up being our primary salt truck. Right now, we have the 1 ton, which we slide that salter into. It's just inefficient. We can't calculate or calibrate it. It's just basically, when we flip the switch on, it puts salt down.
It's just-
Clear gravity.
We
Yeah.
can't change much other than how much flows out.
Yeah.
that little chute.
Just dumps it.
This other one will change like the flow rate of the spinner, the actual auger chain.
That's great.
There's a lot of different calibrations put on it, to, you know, be more efficient with our salt spreading as well. So, there'll be an additional cost savings, I assume, with that, as far as how much.
Oh, definitely
salt
there
area
would
we
be.
Spread with that truck. And it can cover more territory, versus the smaller truck. So there's a lot of wins with that, and everybody will be able to drive it. So, you know, we'll do some trading on it. It's a little bit bigger, but
Mhm.
everybody's pretty confident they'll be situated there just fine.
Yes,
Got one more thing.
Yeah, one more thing.
okay.
So, in the essence of this Sutherland project with paving Sutherland possibly next year, we've gone ahead and started the process with looking into the infrastructure below the road. So you have sanitary sewer, you have stormwater, storm pipes that cross under the road. A lot of those are corrugated. So we wanted to go ahead and take a look at that with a camera, so we had Scanex come in, they were there today. I think they were still there even until about a couple hours ago, with a little box truck, and they were running a camera rover through the system. And looking at all the cross-laid pipes and crossovers, catch basins, sanitary and storm. They've identified a few areas that are candidates for lining, with cracked sanitary pipes and offset pipes, which this lining will help in. We don't have to line the whole road, just certain small segments of it to where the damages are. So they're not digging up the entire road and extending the process of repair for some. The stormwater side of it, I'll have to see what the report is today. My suspicion is that the main's probably fine, maybe a candidate for lining. And then the crossovers may have something to be replaced and or lined. But we're looking into that because we don't want to dig up this whole road and then have to, again, go right back in when we have a stormwater failure. So Scanex was there today to do that. And they did this in 2022. And did identify a few areas, but then at that time, nothing was done to, I think, remedy any of the issues, but that's flushed. So there are some issues that do need to be resolved in there.
Yeah, especially if we're redoing the whole road. I mean, that's a major project.
Yeah.
Let's just get everything,
wanna start-
infrastructure, everything.
So would this be similar to what they did on Jefferson?
Jefferson?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
sorry, yeah, the Brandon Jefferson
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they would go in there and do some lining. It wouldn't be the whole thing, like the whole length. It would just be where these cracked sections are. Because I looked at a lot of the footage that they had, and I mean, it looks like a brand new pipe on the inside for most of the sanitary. I was very impressed with the quality, what it looked like. So that's a good indication that things are in good shape over there, other than a few areas that it looks like maybe some repairs were made over the years. So there's different types of pipe material, and that's where the cracks happen. And I assumed it was when they were making the repairs, they just said, we'll leave the crack for now. It's somebody else's issue. So whoever did those, I don't know, I'm sure it was a, third-party contractor, but we'll get those fixed up, and we have, money in the budget to be able to line, so that's the most non-intrusive way, and it's actually a pretty efficient way.
It's effective.
Yeah, it's very effective.
Yeah.
Great.
No, thanks for that update.
Yeah.
That's
For
great.
sewer, we have 20,000 in the line for lining. Stormwater, we don't. We'll have to.
Okay, so let's see what they come up with. And-
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Yep. Anything else, Tim? I feel like it's Columbo. One more thing.
I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, turning to the meeting items, our update on sidewalk safety.
Okay, so only update here, so on December 4th, the mayor and I had an opportunity to talk to 3 representatives from Canal Corp. So, good opportunity to actually talk to them and say, look, what is the actual process? What's the permission steps for updating some of the signage that we have along the canal, especially between, Main Street Bridge and then also on State Street. So as we kind of lead into coming from the Del Monte, if you're a biker, if you're a walker, getting a better understanding of, okay, I'm entering an area where I know I need to dismount. If I'm a biker, where does the bike lane kind of route switch to? They were super receptive. Again, I think it's nice to have an organization that understands. Many of them are avid bikers and they use the canal system and they get it. And they're willing to work with, our existing kind of village laws and the fact that we do want that to be a dismount area. We value the fact that there are families and strollers, et cetera, on the kind of towpath area. So the next step will be, try and work on this in the next 2 weeks or so. Getting them an actual kind of digital imaging of each step using Google Maps and, et cetera, to show them, here's exactly where we're having a problem. So, get the digital imaging, show them what we're thinking of updating to, show them where their existing worn signs. And then from there, they can kind of let us know, look, whether you guys are already permitted to do this or here's what the actual kind of application process will look like. It's kind of a suggestion memo to get back to them and we'll go from there.
Yeah, and I think too, we'll be reaching out to Steve, to you and Jason, because you guys know the canal path and all of that. They also did mention we're going to be receiving, Jason, they're upgrading or updating their signage, the new signs. I don't know if you've received them yet. They should be sending them out pretty soon.
I haven't seen it, but I did hear that they were.
Yeah, which I think is great because the signs are just so barely visible in some areas. So
They did.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah, so
I think they were surprised when they looked at Google Maps, they're like, oh, you're right, this is,
Yeah,
doesn't look good. So,
yeah,
so it should be coming soon.
yeah.
And the only other thing I would say is, again, my goal is to get the changes to section 176, article 10, in some form of, a public hearing in February-ish, maybe, again, before people are actually saying, oh, okay, I'm gonna be biking soon. And again, to give us the opportunity to work with Monroe County Sheriff, the Pittsford School District, local businesses, et cetera. So I think we have a board workshop, or do we not have
Yeah,
one
we have some,
coming up?
right?
Well-
Not,
We'll
Go
talk
ahead.
about the calendar, but you have a board workshop in January, you have two meetings.
January.
You have
Okay.
two regular meetings in January. You need at least 10 days for the notice for public hearings, so.
Okay.
You're looking for
Yeah.
we
February,
have to age, so,
Okay,
you gotta age the law,
okay, okay, perfect.
little time.
So that's just good. That was good.
But you got time.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, so that's it. I don't know if there's any questions.
Thanks, Jeff.
no, it's great.
Thanks.
Thanks for handling all that. That's just great. Okay, next up, non-municipal tree maintenance requirements.
That's me. So I had a resident ask about our ability to ask residents to deal with dangerous trees on the property that present a hazard to their property or to them. And in my review of New York State law, I believe we have the ability, and Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, to have a local law that says in the event that there is a dangerous tree to non-municipal property, that we can go in and however we may determine it, have a notice, and then if nothing's done over some period of time, go in and actually address the tree, either take it down, address the branches, etc. My understanding right now is our code doesn't have that flexibility inherent to it. And as a result, what we've generally, since I've been on the board, done is said disagreements between property owners with regards to dangerous trees is left to their own accord, right? And they talk amongst themselves and we don't get involved. Is that how everybody also understands it?
Yes.
Given that property owners can't always sell things and sometimes in the courts, it gets quite expensive. I think if we identify dangerous trees to our residents that other residents are unwilling to address, that we should frankly be able to go in and say, hey, this is a dangerous tree to residents and or their property, and you should address it in some timely fashion. And if not, we're going to do it for you at your expense. And I think it's a reasonable thing to do. And I just wanted to bring that forward to the board to say, if New York State gives us the provision to do that, we have access to arborists. We have a crew that can either farm it out or do it in-house, depending on the extent of the damage to the tree. And I think it's appropriate to consider.
Jeff, do you want to just comment on, what we have understood up to this point of how this would work? And I'm not sure what section of the New York State law that is either.
I've not looked at it to see if we in fact have that. When we talked about protecting trees, that's based on our ability to preserve for historical conservation purposes. I do not know that we can use the police power to go in and protect a private individual. That seems a little.
So there's a few villages in New York State. I'll just give a couple examples. So the village of Roslyn Harbor has one that says in their code, every landowner shall be required to remove cable, trim, or appropriately secure any dangerous tree on his property. Maybe in this case, they might be specific to something that fell. The village of Groton on Hudson has one. The department shall have the right to cause the removal of trees or tree limbs on private property within the village that it has determined are dangerous because they are likely to constitute an imminent hazard to life and or property And it's that, those key words come across in the New York State law that I had read through. The imminent hazard to life and or property. Removal shall be done by said owners at their own expense within, in this case, it was 3 days of the date of the notice.
Well, if it's of danger, if it's public safety, you would want to have some quick turnaround, I would think.
Right, so the concern about an imminent hazard to life or property doesn't necessarily mean a felling tree. It could be substantially.
Understand, I think, yeah, I think we understand that.
I really want to run this by NICOM before we go to.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking maybe, and thanks for bringing this up. Why don't we do this? NICOM, let's have our attorney take a look. What would that look like, Steve? Why don't you all we'll bring this in internally, administratively and research that and see,
Yeah.
where it
Do
goes.
you know anything is there anything in the building code that will allow that? I know,
Okay.
it's private property, but. You know what I mean? That's my knee-jerk response is private property.
I mean, the only thing we have is that we can go in and mow a lawn, you know what I mean? We have
Yeah.
very specific,
Yeah.
if they're in violation of the code and there's an absentee.
And what we do, try to the resident. I just want to make sure it's legal. first.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some,
Yeah, because
Research.
you're talking, for criticized trees, like a grant.
So
easily.
perhaps take
Yeah,
action.
a little bit.
If it's okay with the board, I'd like to make a motion to direct Jeff to research the legality of the village requiring damaged trees or hazardous trees that are imminent to, life or property.
This is on
Danger.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
on private property.
We can do stuff on private property if it's a danger to the public.
Yes, yeah.
Right. So
Like if
this
there's a
So would
tree
that
on
be
the
it?
edge.
Life or property.
No,
But
if
this is
this is different.
issue. We're talking about going into private property to protect the person who owns the tree and the person.
Like a neighbor.
The
Yeah.
neighbor from their shed getting struck.
Yeah.
But in that instance, it is that neighbor where life and or property could be in imminent danger. So I think what's happening and what I've seen is that is applied not just to public ground, but also to private ground.
No, yes, and I think you brought up that information, and I think really just to move this forward, we have directed our attorney to do so. There's a motion. Is
I'll
there a
second.
second? Thank you.
Okay, trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Coe.
Aye.
Trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Linda.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Okay.
One quick comment on that. I do think too, depending on the relation, short term, if this neighbor has a particular problem with their neighbor, if the tree overhangs that property. They have the right to trim that tree up.
Absolutely, they do.
So whether they were aware of that or not, or if anybody that wasn't, that's something that, they're able to do. In the short term, maybe the whole tree has to come, but if the neighbor's giving them that pushback, at least they can say, hey, legally I'm allowed to do this, so just. That's all.
Yeah, no, thanks for bringing that up because that's a good point as well. Okay, next up is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I put this on the agenda there this week, just to edify everybody, is a week honoring the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It's a nation, actually global. And so there are municipalities across the nation that are reaffirming, and just through a vote and a resolution, that they support the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And for those of you listening or not totally aware about the document, this document is 70 years old. It was put into effect by the United Nations right after World War II because of things that happened during the war, and obviously wars preceding. And it's just, I think, something that you had it in your packet that I hope you had a chance to take a look through, that I think it would be nice for us to join other municipalities nationwide and have a motion that we support this document and the week honoring the Declaration of Human Rights.
So you just need a motion?
Yeah.
That we support it?
We want to support it.
So I make a motion that the board supports the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and recognizes the week of celebration.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second, please?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Linda.
Aye.
Trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Coe.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Hi.
Motion passed.
Yeah, it's a good
Okay,
thing.
that's it.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, they all set.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we did.
Thanks, Steve.
We did the three. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Jason's gonna stay for a couple things here. Okay, next up, the contract for the archive digital services, and this was the grant
Mhm.
that we were so pleased that Laura wrote and, successfully received. So yeah, you have the,
Dorothy, did the grant cover the whole total?
And the grant will cover the whole total
Yeah.
of the digital
Okay, great.
software.
Okay.
We'll be responsible for the maintenance contract
no, we have,
afterwards, which is common.
So isn't it, there will be 1,900 left over,
And that'll be used
and that can
to,
be used for the push
Yes.
forward for year 2.
no.
No.
No, it'll be spent on getting documents into
Okay.
there.
Mhm.
Okay,
You gotta prep, you gotta
Okay.
transfer, there's a lot of work. This is just the software itself.
gotcha.
That's just getting us the program. So this is just step one.
and I know Jeff had an incredible time just really reading through this and, savoring every word.
Well, not,
Document.
this was pretty simple. It was the terms and conditions that are incorporated that are on their website. Not much fun.
Yeah,
Um, And they're overreaching and
they always are.
not great, but
They always are.
I can list what I would be concerned about, but I think it's a one size fits all. You don't get to change.
Yeah. That's kind of what they
You
do.
get the steal.
But thank you for reviewing it. I know
So
it's-
what will happen, the
Yeah.
reason we're putting it in front of you now, and the project will start next year, is this platform they're giving us is going away. So we really want to get in on this thing because the cost is going to go up significantly. This is giving us a lot more attributes with the program. It's going to help for the public. The public can go in on our website and search our docs. There's needed.
Wait, which one is going away?
Funding.
No.
Well, the program,
I mean,
The program, they're changing the program next year.
so why wouldn't we get in on the new program?
Yeah, so,
You don't want the new program. It's more costly.
Oh.
but is it the same functionality?
It's the same function.
Voice, isn't it? Can you tell me?
Well, you're gonna lose some things and the cost is gonna go up substantial.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Will they
just
support-
this, so we're really, really clear, we have an archaic system that the public can't even access. This is an extraordinary upgrade because now any resident, once this is fully implemented, will just be able to go onto our website, click in and search these archive documents, the ones that should be made available.
Yeah, we'll
You
need
know.
certain ones go up.
Yeah.
I think we all like it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, it sounds almost like, would you get Windows 10 when Windows?
Yeah, oh, yeah,
No, no, you're
no,
not, you're not losing
not like
anything that way. We'll get our upgrades, we'll get everything.
Okay.
It's a
Gotcha.
really,
This is a good thing.
it's
Okay.
really a good thing
Yeah.
to sign now because the
Okay.
platform, it's how they
I
rate.
had the same,
Yes.
Yeah,
the
we would pay
functionality.
the same as a city if we don't do this now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I suspect in the terms and conditions, the ability for them to backwards support this software might end sooner than new software, as it often is the case.
No, it's
No.
not- they're not giving you any warranties or.
No,
Those are
we'll
laws.
pay the same fee every year for keeping the same program. They'll do the updates. I
Okay.
mean. Laserfish is one of the
Otherwise,
top
they're not shutting
programs
down.
now.
I see what you're doing.
It's kind of like, they do the same thing in the medical field, like EMRs, you'll get, my dad's running a program from 90.
Yeah.
I see where you're going with
Yeah,
that.
right.
That doesn't always happen, sometimes.
It doesn't, yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, our existing program. We're gonna try to take that data
Yeah.
and get it into it. If not, there's gonna be a lot of data.
At a
reuse.
minimum, you're putting it into a format that will be able to be transferable at some point down the road. If
Yes.
this ever isn't supported into something else that would be.
Correct.
Because it's
So, I
far
mean,
more
this is
current.
basically a forever challenge, making sure your data is always accessible and what platform you use. And
Archive
so,
stuff is always a
Yeah.
challenge.
So really, at this point, what, you're looking for a motion from the board? And
For
then,
us to sign the contract.
do I sign it or does the mayor sign? Who signs?
Didn't be me and committee.
Okay, but just that the contract's
yours,
signed by
though.
one of us.
I'll make a motion to approve the digital archive service provider as presented and allow the mayor or Dorothy to sign accordingly.
Okay,
second,
okay, thank you. Roll call.
Okay, trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Coe,
Hi.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay.
How
next-
soon do you think that, the public can?
It's gonna be a while.
I know, I know.
We're gonna first have the transfer. Right now, we laid out a game plan. The first will be transferring, getting the data in, then we're gonna have to hire an assistant. Or a lot of scanning will be going in, there'll be learning, and then there'll be marking what records can be available and creating that portal access on the website. So don't look for it in the next 6 months, is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
And this will be something, for example, hey, what was the meeting agenda and packet in 2017?
it'll be anything that could be publicly accessible now, being just digitally available by a quick search online, which is great, yeah.
And they could, anything they would foil us for, if it's something that's scanned in there and.
So it's gonna assist you guys in photos.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's,
100%.
that's one of the reasons why we're looking at it.
Yeah.
It really cleans up and
Great.
helps.
Nice.
Yeah, so thank you. And thanks to Laura.
What's her next grant project?
She's got a year to get this one done, so
What are you looking for?
Just her success ratio is.
Oh, I know. We're,
as stated,
Plugging her in.
it's an easy grant to get.
I
know,
Only
yeah.
2 in our county got it. And it was
Big deal.
highly competitive, so
she's on the case.
she's, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next up, the meeting schedule, yeah. Any,
The only question that I have is, right now, there's a workshop January 21st. We are doing our workshops at 12 o'clock, is that correct? Okay, so then that wouldn't interfere with one of the possible dates that Alexandria proposed for the Arboretum charrette.
Okay.
Which would be potentially that evening. So anyway, that's just, the only concern, but I wanted to make sure it's 12 o'clock workshops will okay.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, but it would,
It would,
Okay.
because it's 12 o'clock, but it would potentially require.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and she has on here workshops are at 12.
Okay,
For,
great.
for the charrette, all of the trustees can we don't have to limit that to a non-quorum, right?
No,
You said the charrette for the arboretum.
yeah, I would suspect it would be a forum.
you can, well, it's a charrette,
I don't, yeah,
that's just public
it's the public.
Right.
input.
It's just-
We just didn't know what the format was, that's all.
Yeah, somebody's got
To be
to.
determined.
Somebody's
We'll
got
get there, we
Yeah.
we can.
I have-
Trustees.
Well, I'm sorry, Jeff?
Why wouldn't it be the trustee?
No,
No,
They
that's
can.
Okay.
everybody's asking great questions, there may not be a lot of specific answers right this very minute. That's all.
I have 2 conflicts that I'm hoping the board would help with, changing the dates. The, budget workshops, both January 29th and February 5th are both on Thursdays. And I am out of town working those days, so I'm wondering if we could do, instead of January 29th, if we could do the 28th, Wednesday.
What?
Here's January.
It's January 29th.
I'd say at the end, if you go
Yeah,
to the
the
book,
budget,
next
the
page.
budget.
Oh, it's under budget,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear budget.
Oh, you guys could have
Look at
Yeah,
that.
that's nice.
Okay, scroll down.
taken those in.
So the 29th, if we can change it to the 28th, it could be a Wednesday, at 4, and then also the February 5th, if we do it on February 3rd, which is a Tuesday.
February 5th.
So move it back by
Just
one
take-
day.
Yeah, just taking them off the Thursdays and putting it on a Tuesday and Wednesday.
I'd have to double check, make sure we're not conflicting with another board.
Well, what we could do is approve everything subject to you
Okay.
reviewing those 2 dates
Yeah.
and then just bring it back,
Yep.
you know.
I didn't realize this till now, but February 17th is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
February 7th.
March.
March.
No, I'm sorry, March. I'm on the wrong month.
Yeah.
We're doing great.
It's a lunar new year.
Dates are hard.
There you go.
We need the
Oh.
remedial calendar session.
School is in recess, I may not,
On which day?
February 7th.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no school. that
No.
whole day.
I can look
Oh,
at
it's
those
great.
dates. These
Yeah.
are just
Great.
floating.
It's all subject to change, it says right at the top, but you know, if we can get like a
I'll look
basic.
at it, because I'm hoping we can knock it out in 4 meetings, so I don't see why
Oh, the
not.
budget, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be able to.
I'll look at those dates. I'll send out,
Not
let
even
me put it
close.
this way, prove everything but the budget workshops. I'll send out, I'll look at different dates for
Okay.
those.
Okay.
Okay, but on the, while we brought up the,
Oh, he was just gonna make a motion.
I know, I'm
You were-
sorry. I just really quick want to get this out here. We're scheduled next week for a workshop with the board. That's actually canceled.
Oh,
We have our
Okay,
lunch.
that was what I was,
Oh, that's
that was
right.
what I.
We have our lunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's our village luncheon.
Yeah,
That was canceled. Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're all invited. We're marrying.
that's more fun. We get snacks.
That's the 17th.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay, so now you can go ahead and adopt the meeting schedule and then we'll work on the workshops.
Well, Dave was like ready to
Yeah,
go.
go.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the board meeting dates, and adjust the budget later. Budget workshop.
Okay, we have a second roll call.
Okay, trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Limbeck.
Right.
Trustee Coe.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, next up, you have the update on our HSA funding.
Yes.
It's not really an approval, it's just an update. It's an administrative
Yeah, we
action.
looked into this. This is just really administrative. We promised to do this. It's automatic, but we are switching this to a monthly funding. It gives the village better that way. So we're not funding people and then if they leave our employment, they leave with HSA money.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna keep the money here for the purpose it's meant. So just to give you an update, what's gonna happen. So, in the
So you
past,
historically front loaded.
yes, we have. And then we're not the only ones. Some fund a year in advance, the whole year.
Wow.
We are doing twice a year. We haven't lost too much, but
That's crazy.
This is
Yeah,
not a way to do it,
yeah.
right?
I'd rather go to the
Yeah.
monthly.
The blurb says requested to approve, you're saying we don't need to.
No, it's.
No, I reviewed
administrative.
it. We don't need to do that. It's really just transitional.
Because we already have the approved plan in place and it's
Right.
just, this is
Okay.
nothing more than
Got
that.
Sound good.
Okay, anything, you good? Okay,
Okay.
and then, why don't we, because the next three items, we're gonna be going into executive session, but why don't we do your treasurers and your clerk's report to just kind of get some of those things.
Mayor, if I could, at least on my next agenda, I just wanted to say at the request of, or at the recommendation of our legal representative, Jeff, we're not going to discuss that agenda item.
Yeah,
Number 7?
Okay.
What?
On the advice of counsel, where the discussion on
Item 7.
will be in executives.
Oh, good.
yeah, as will items 8 and 9.
Great.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying just to continue that, let's hold off on the following
Yep.
3 agenda items
Mhm.
and just have the treasurers and the clerk's report and anything else, you know, just so we can then wrap it up with executive.
Okay, so even though you paid bills a week ago, we still have more.
It's always
It's amazing how that happens. So I just need approval to pay the following. Nothing too shocking, except I think general insurance is in there.
Yeah,
Could you remind me the emerging tell $2,000?
That's our IT company.
yeah.
That is an annual,
That's not an annual. We'll talk more.
monthly, I'm sorry, that's a monthly.
It's $2,500 a month is split a portion to sewer and a major portion to general.
Okay, how often do we bid that?
We just
approved
did.
We just
We
approved
just-
them and
With a major upgrade.
Yeah, that was
it's
a
a major
huge-
upgrade.
Yeah.
And that's something we're gonna talk about shortly.
Dorothy, would you let me know, what's Hodgkin's Russ attorneys?
That's your attorney for 75 Monroe.
Hmm,
Okay, anything else for Dorothea, or is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the bill pay for this date
Today.
today.
well, then
Just
well,
for-
then.
What day, what time?
What day is it?
I know.
Sure, today works.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Yes, I
Oh,
second.
you did. Thanks, John.
Trustee Wills.
Aye.
Trustee Coe.
Aye.
Trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Limbeck.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, what's next, please?
So next is October financials and really, I'm just gonna go straight to the financials I sent you. If the board's good to move to November, because I think November is a better story. I have a few budget transfers. I handed out the information to you.
Yeah.
There's nothing too exciting, except we got our second sales tax payment in.
Yeah.
See here, we're doing really well in interest. I am gonna take a look because Francine's been helping me with that.
Yeah.
And what I see looks fine, but there might be, the reserves is, it's not
I mean,
going
It
into
seems, it
reserves.
seems high.
Yeah, it seems a little high, but it,
Hey, okay.
I'll take the money. Let me put it this way, it all banks out from the bank recs, so we're not putting more in there that we don't have.
Okay,
if that makes any sense. If there is an error, and it's gonna be a month-to-month review because she's
Yeah.
been doing some of these for me, I'll go through it. They'll take me a little bit, but it would be something going into the interest for the reserve. And since those have been in CDs, they haven't really come in yet.
That was kind of my thought, was that it had to have been a huge, not like a.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Yeah, okay,
But there's not a lot interest in reserves for general.
got it.
Okay, and just so the board knows, I did shift another 300,000 from our general savings into a CD.
What was the term?
I did a month.
Okay.
I did a month. Just so we could add more.
Yep.
It wasn't
Keep it
doing
rolling.
anything. I'd rather get money for it.
So maybe
So-
maybe you're talking right now about what I'm about to ask a question on, but even under cash, from what you've given us prior to what we have now, there's that $177,000 of additional.
That's all broken out in CDs. A
Okay,
lot of it. There's some money in savings.
so the cash municipal at 1.5, now so shows 1.7.
Yep.
And that's just some in the CDs that you put in there that.
Some are in CDs, some are wherever,
But from yesterday to today, the difference was the.
because we're now in November. So we
Oh.
It was October.
Yeah, it's next one.
October, November, we have a whole month. We made another 200 and something thousand. We had our sales tax come in.
Yeah.
Right, okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for pointing out the issue with the donor miscellaneous. Francine's been just throwing some money in there that actually needs to be dispersed elsewhere.
Got it, okay.
She went with the miscellaneous. But I can reapply it and put it,
So,
In the
to
break
appropriate.
category,
okay,
yeah, so it's not a mistake, it's more,
an allocation.
I'd rather
Plug
allocate
it
it
in.
differently.
Okay.
But the good news is we get a small dividend from our insurance carrier, which is just unexpected money, so that is in
Oh,
there.
we like that.
And we'll see with our workman's comp, if we issue a dividend from there, that's where I put that money as well. Because it's not, technically, yes, you could say it's an expected revenue, but it's not. Unless they declare that dividend, I don't want to count on it as revenue.
No, you don't know it till you see it.
No. All right, so that's the revenues. Let's look at the expenditures. I'm gonna point you right down to software. And this is where Dave, you brought this up.
Mhm.
The new bill's running 2,500. That's probably 500 more than we were paying in the past. And it's gone up a little more than that, because of the cybersecurity and everything with that. The problem we ran into, even though we had already budgeted additional 10,000 to help cover those costs. That's spent, we had double billing because the time it took to transfer things over. And then we had to pay, or I'm just gonna say it, we had to pay a ransom for our emails
Mm.
to get them. So there's been unexpected costs, so we have spent that line.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we're right now, $2,965.29 over in the line. I don't know what the ending number is right now. I'm gonna guesstimate, we're gonna be another 20,000, because we still have 7 months.
is it just 2,500 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'd rather leave it negative for right now and understand we can cover it from other lines maybe at the end of the year. If we have surplus, instead of shifting money right now in the mid range, and worst case scenario, we take it from fund balance or from reserves. I'll make a better recommendation. I just kind of don't have a good handle on it at the moment.
well, if you shift now, you might have to shift later.
Yeah, and I don't want to do
So
that.
why-
I'd rather just,
Yeah, wait.
Wait.
Well, we all
I'd rather take it from
Yeah.
headlines and when we're at the year
we all
end.
know the mantra, the money is there.
It's there.
It's just where it is in the line.
Just
Yeah.
everybody's gonna understand that line is gonna stay negative, and I'm
Mhm.
just monitoring it. I just feel it's too soon to shift.
We're not that far into the season.
Nobody expected that to have two IT companies.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
So
You did.
that was a first for me, right? Learning about what I just did with the additional cost, was that?
It was discussed, we were paying more for the new IT company because it was an escalation. We had better email, we were paying for the Microsoft 365. That doubled right there, the cost of, so there's been additional, and we
It's
have.
better functionality. with
But the
system.
one thing we're not, and maybe I don't want to say we hit it. The breakout with the monthly didn't show we were paying for contract services with the other company. So we'd pay 4,000, 5,000 at one time for contract services. The IT, if they have problems and we need service, it's built into the pay, what we pay on a monthly basis. So we don't have a limitation.
I guess I was speaking more specifically to the cybersecurity and the.
Cybersecurity was gonna go up. Yeah,
Fraud element.
Yeah, that was
Did I
part of
hear
this.
about that prior to just tonight?
we're reviewing it. There was some options for free, but we really went with being tested, and through our IT company, we have a better handle on it, making sure people are getting the testing done and going through. You should have probably received an email from Emergentel saying, go through and your knowledge.
No, I'm sorry, I'm talking about paying to get emails back. Or-
Oh, you
You're
knew
saying
about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you knew about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I informed the board. That had to be.
That was
Okay,
unrelenting.
That's why we had to hold one of the.
Oh, that was a little while
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was a-
I thought this was more-
It's part of this budget, was part of this budget.
Okay, thank you. I was interpreting that as a recent event.
No, it's an old event, but it affects this budget.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So anyway, that's the deal there.
Mhm.
Engineering, I'm gonna touch real quick. Yes, we are negative in there. That is because Scott Harder, and it's for the bathrooms with the DPW.
Mhm.
But the offset is that it's ARPA money that is offsetting it. So I'm gonna accumulate the ARPA money to cover that, but it stays negative because I can move it into its own separate ARPA line,
Mhm.
and that would free up the rest of the engineering money if there's anything, which probably would make sense. I just hate creating a line that's gonna carry for like 3 years. But anyway, that is negative and it is on purpose.
But it's accounted for. You know, in other words, it's just how it's reflected right now.
Yeah, we're gonna
At this point in
accumulate,
time.
we're gonna accumulate that revenue, and I haven't done that yet.
Yep.
Okay, going to Village Hall, the negative there, that has related to the front porch. That is gonna go negative for that project, but then that's a grant project and we're gonna get that money back. Okay,
Is there ever a cutoff where the grant won't cover?
yes. And we
And
might
far
be,
from early.
we might be close because
Yeah.
we discussed this when we had to do the plinths.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, Flynn.
Yeah.
That's the whole word.
The plinths, and they're new words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're dealing with an old building once you open up one
Yeah.
thing at least.
And then also this is reflecting the drainage, which the board approved
that's
too. And
Yeah.
didn't make a decision on how we were covering the drainage project. And I haven't gotten the total bill, but I think some of the survey minor work is in there from Scott Harder.
Is
In
it
the
included
village
this line
hall.
item?
Yeah, in the village
Ah,
hall.
okay. Okay.
So we're gonna have a bill there.
Yeah.
So again, might be best to leave the line, stay negative.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of negative ones, even though it sounds like it, but I think sometimes you have to see what the line's gonna do.
Unless you have a crystal ball with perfect estimates.
Mine's broken.
It'll always be off.
The next one, I think the board kind of expected this. This is the leaf truck.
Mhm.
So initially, we were taking 90,000 out of fund balance to cover the leaf machine. When we decided to purchase the truck, we didn't make plans for covering the full note. We could, here I go again, leave it negative, see at the end of the year where we can move some lines. We could immediately move some lines where we were putting money as we had planned to in reserves, and we're gonna move it to cover the purchase of vehicles. We could move 100,000 up or whatever, and just leave the 90,000 to come out of fund balance and see what happens year end.
I think keep it negative and pull
See what
it out of
happens.
reserves if you need to later, rather than do it now and then.
Okay,
make
I-
it
We're not that
later.
far into our budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's just what it is. I mean, long as you're comfortable with that negative number, I'm
Yeah. We
appraising
know, we
you.
know why.
We know why.
We
it
know
is.
why.
Yeah, we know why, which is important.
Let me put it this way, I've learned to live with it.
Learn to live with those yellows.
You know, I mean, it's just where we are in our cycle with the budget, so.
So I do have some minor transfers. You know, we've been doing a lot of window evaluations, and that's coming out of the HPB. And that line, even though I upped it from last year, it's still going up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'll have a transfer for that. The negative in workman's comp, you're gonna see now shows we have a little extra cash in workman's comp. We didn't overspend the line. That was a error that was corrected. The money came in November to correct the error, so we were able to clean
we're
it,
back.
Mhm.
put it back. Okay, any questions on the general?
Nope.
I hate to be wordy. Sewer is very easy. The only thing in sewer, which I want to review since I'm not quite sure why, but we're showing contractual with Osborne that we went over $1,000, and I'm not sure how Francine got that money in there, and I might have missed it because sewer legal should be sewer legal items, and I don't think you've handled anything for the sewer department.
Mm-mm.
So I want to look at
Circle
that.
back on
So there
that.
might be a correction.
Okay.
Sorry, question, going back to general,
Yeah,
for the debt service, all the leased equipment, am I correct in assuming that those leases are now done? As of
no, they're
November?
not done. I think one's done.
One is,
One's done. I think it's just the payments. That's their normal payments.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Those are the budget payments for the year they've been paid.
they've already been made upfront.
Yeah,
Okay,
but one might be completed.
Okay.
And I'm thinking it's not the flush track. I think it's the
the
other.
Ford.
I think it's the fourth.
It is.
so at 450.
Yeah. So I'm leaving that negative and I'm gonna look into it before I make any motions, moves on the money. Software support's the same thing. I make a recommendation to cover it, so it's $50. That's all I got. So I do have a few budget transfers here to cover a couple of the things. The interfund transfer, I didn't neglected to talk about that, the money that was paid for one of the projects and needs to show that way. So if you want to approve these, that would be great.
Is there a motion?
And I have sewer and general transfers there.
Do you need the dollar now?
No, it's all just, we can just
Yes,
approve
present
the
it.
recommendation.
I make a motion to approve the balance transfers for general fund and sewer fund accounts as presented.
Second,
Okay, trustee Wills.
Aye.
Trustee Coe,
Aye.
trustee Limbeck,
aye,
trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passed. Can I have approvals on the November and October financials?
I make a motion to approve the, you need them separate,
No, they can be together.
November and October 2025 financials as presented.
Okay, trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Coe.
Aye.
Trustee Limbeck.
aye.
Trustee Wilts.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes. We are now caught up on our financials. I can't bank rec December because we're not done.
No, really current.
Hey. Do what
Get
I
out the
can.
dartboard.
Get out your crystal ball.
Yeah. Okay, next up, John, anything for PZBA?
We're working on the streamlining and hope to have some, updates within the next month.
Okay, and I zoomed in on the HPB and nothing to report there. Any member items?
I got one question. We've been talking, for probably 6 months about the newsletter, and I'd like to know where that stands. I know we've talked about, having action items to get going. I'm just curious as to what the update is on that.
I would say that the update is we still need to get some things going with the on it. We've got a skeleton outline for what we want for the newsletter, but to be honest with you, we've had so many other priorities that I think, Alexandria's really been helping and there's just been a lot going on. So we do need to circle back. Absolutely. It's nothing more than that. But we definitely have the outline. We took a look at older newsletters and what was sort of in the newsletters. So we kind of have an idea on that. Yeah. Any other member items? Okay. I make a motion. We go into executive session for the purpose.
Oh, do we want to do the minutes?
Oh, minutes. I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah, let's knock the minutes out. Yeah, good point. Thank you. Forgot about that. Okay, let's take a look, folks. What do we have here? Oops. What's the first set,
Yeah.
Dorothy?
September 22nd.
There we go.
The emergency.
I think the emergency one.
Yeah.
we can do pretty quickly.
Any corrections, changes, or is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the emergency meeting minutes for September 22nd, 2025. As presented.
Is there a second?
Second,
Trustee Coe.
I was absent.
Oh. Use that. Trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Limbeck.
aye.
Trustee Marshall.
Absent.
Oh,
Just
Mayor Palmer.
me. I was there.
Mayor Plummer.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, next up is September 23rd. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of September 23rd, 2025.
Second.
Okay, trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Coe,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes,
Aye.
trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer,
Hi,
motion passes.
okay. Yeah. Okay, I make a motion, we go into executive session for the purpose of discussing a human resource matter, litigation and acquisition of real estate.
I'll second.
Trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
trustee Coe,
Aye.
trustee Plummer,
Aye.
motion passes.
Okay, let's hit pause.
Okay, you should be good to go.
We're good?
Yep.
Okay, I make a motion, we leave executive session.
Second.
Trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Coe,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer,
Aye.
motion passes.
I'd like to make a motion that we provide raises to DPW employee Brent Saban up to $24 an hour. And for Peter Bessie to $25 an hour,
Effective next payroll period.
effective next payroll period.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Coe,
Aye.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer,
Aye.
motion passes.
Okay,
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the amendments to the employee handbook. Do I have a second?
Okay, trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
trustee Coe, trustee Wilkes.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, trustee Coe,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes,
Aye.
who has that?
trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
I'd like to make a motion to allow Jeff Turner to utilize Laura Donk's time for legal research.
Wait,
Wait.
can you hold on? I've got one more motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just let you go.
Lot
I
of
thought-
motions flying around.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt the union contract as presented and direct the mayor to sign it.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Okay, trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
trustee Coe,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
You all set, Lisa?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'll make a motion to allow Jeff Turner to utilize Laura Donk's time for legal research.
Second.
Okay, trustee Coe,
Aye.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes,
Aye.
trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Oh,
No.
No, that's right. Never mind. Oops. I forgot. Jump the gun.
I'd like to make a motion to direct Attorney Turner to draft a 10-year lease to plow and salt Stonegate Lane for review by the village board.
There's a second.
Second.
Okay.
Okay, trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
trustee Coe,
Aye.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes,
No.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, that was the last of the motions. Now, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting and that everybody has a wonderful holiday.
I second.
Okay, trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Coe,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes,
Aye.
trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Yay.
Okay.
8:00.
Wow. Handy to take home.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm taking those.
So I won't